Many a great man and woman was first inspired by some attractive line or verse of poetry. There are good poets and bad poets, just like there are good novels and bad novels. Always select the best poets for your inspirational urge. Read history incessantly until you master it. History. You can learn a lot from history. Ooh, buddy, especially the history of war. I learned a lot from watching. I love war documentaries, and I love watching documentaries about war because they show you how terrible the world can be. It shows you that don't nobody care about you. It shows you that if you are weak, then your enemy will use that as an opportunity to destroy you. And so, as much as it feels bad, and as much as you might want to whine and cry about how bad things are, you better get your stuff together and do your best. That's what I learned from watching documentaries about war. The war has no mercy. It has no. They'll wipe out your whole community, your whole family, and think nothing of it. And so I think that these are lessons that are important to learn because I think sometimes we get trained to feel sorry for ourselves and we think that if we whine and cry long enough about what people are doing to us, that somehow they're going to somehow magically care. They're not going to care. They're just not going to care. All right. So anyway, so read history incessantly until you master it. This means your own national history, the history of the world, social history, industrial history, and the history of the different sciences, but primarily the history of man. If you do not know what went on before you came here and what is happening at the time you live, but away from you, you will not know the world and will be ignorant of the world and mankind. You can only make the best out of life by knowing and understanding it. To know, you must fall back on the intelligence of others who came before you, that maybe your elders, right? We don't listen to our elders the way we should. I told you that the solutions for black people, a lot of the solutions for black people are with your secret weapon. Your secret weapon is your grandma. Your grandma understood what it was like before integration and affirmative action and all and DEI and all that. Your grandfather, he probably, maybe he worked with his hands or he figured out a way to make a way even when times were tough. He didn't have anybody feel sorry for him. He know what it meant. It was okay for him to man up. It was hard, but he figured it out. And also they understood family. They understood the value of family. We've forgotten that as well. They also understood the value of wealth. We traded in our land and our businesses for student loans and corporate jobs. So if you go back to the 1940s, I think that there are black people in the 1940s who in the 1950s who have ideas and wisdom that we should probably learn from. All right, so moving on. Let's see here. To be able to read intelligently, you must first be able to master the language of your country. To do this, you must be well acquainted with grammar and the science of it. Every 6 months, you should read over again the science of the language that you speak so as not to forget its rules. People judge you by writing and your speech. If you write badly and incorrectly, they will become prejudiced toward your intelligence. And if you speak badly and incorrectly, those who hear you become disgusted and will not pay attention to you, but in their hearts they will laugh after you. Let's see here. A leader who is to teach men and present any fact of truth to a man must first be learned in his subject. Never write or speak on a subject you know nothing about. Wouldn't that be a funny rule to apply on the internet? We got a whole lot of people out here talking about stuff they don't know nothing about. For there is always somebody who knows that particular subject to laugh at you or to ask you an embarrassing question that may make others laugh at you. You can know about any subject under the sun by reading about it. But if you cannot buy the books outright and own them, go to your public circulating library in your district or town as to get the use of those books. You should do that as you may refer to them for information. You should read at least 4 hours a day. Look at that. How many of y'all think the average young black person reads for 4 hours a day? Or just takes in knowledge for 4 hours a day. Maybe if you're not even reading, maybe you're watching instructional videos, learning something. Or like, how many times do you see people, maybe if they use YouTube? YouTube is a beautiful university. Do you think most young people are using YouTube primarily for learning or they're using it for entertainment? Learning sharpens the mind. Entertainment dulls the mind. Entertainment is like a drug. You become like a junkie, and the entertainment it's constantly injecting the dopamine in your brain that's making you feel good, right? Because you're following and scrolling along and checking out things that make you feel a certain way, make things that make you laugh, things that they sell lust to the men will just follow the lust on the internet, and that dulls your ability to accomplish anything, right? So but if you use the internet for learning, it's the best university in the history of the world.